I'll follow you out last if you want.
Oops, sorry about that. All right, Keen, you're number 1.
Oh, no, that's a mistake. I got number 3.
All right, Frank, you're number 1 then. Well, I can't. Hey, Keen bailed on you, man.
Don't confuse the enemy. You're fine.
All right, I guess I'm too early.
It's called a peel. Centre peel.
Banana peel.
Yeah, that. The Trump peel. There we go. Go that. Yeah, you practically shift tab a couple of times and it gets rid of that chat thing. It's part of the Steam console thing.
Oh, thank you. You saved me. No, I think that's a game thing, but it's bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't actually have the Steam version of the game. I got it from DCS.
I had both, but I didn't realise that you couldn't transfer things, so I started buying for both. So I've ended up having to get the NTTR map twice and stuff like that, because most of my add-ons were on Steam.
Oh, that's bad. Yep.
I know.
Used to be you could give them a help desk ticket, and they would transfer some of that stuff over, but I don't know if that's even possible now.
No, it's because they use different authentication modes.
Yeah.
DCS uses Star Force 6 and Steam uses DMS. Reset. Three rolling.
Two's up. Yeah, I think I set it at 3, but it may have translated it weird.
Three's up.
We don't have to. The rally point is off the coast, but it depends on whether you want to head for waypoint 1 or go straight for the bad guys. Copy.
Right, so just confirm waypoint 1, yeah? Roger. .3538, Roger.
Copy. Yep. Yeah, if you uncage now and set your dual mode tracker up, you should be seeing targets. lost you, Frank. Where'd you go? I think I overshot you. Oh, there you are. You're in front of me still. All right, I'm on your 6 at about half a click back. All right, I have a target.
My Mavs haven't even got ready yet.
Magnum. Following Frank.
Right, 3's breaking to these, no shot. Oh, Mavericks have now come online.
Copy. Half a click behind you.
Sorry, wife phoned me. Got distracted.
I sure blame it on a woman.
That's all right, I've got you both visual. I'm coming in from your 3 o'clock to join up.
Oops, just overshot you badly, Frank.
Three's rolling behind.
Alright, I'm going to peel off to the south and try and get behind you again.
Do you guys have labels on?
I do.
Ah, that's why I'm struggling to find you then. I don't.
Yeah, turn them on for practice. It makes a bit of difference. Alright, Frank, I'm at your 7, 1 click out. Trying to phone back up. What's your airspeed now? Copy 388.
Don't need lasers for these, do we?
No, you don't need lasers. No, we're about 12 miles from the target, so you got time if you're going slow enough. Just make sure once your nose is pointing at the targets that you switch it to TV mode. So if you flip it into flare mode, you should be able to see it should be Delta, well, hang on, stand by. Yeah, the L5. Oh, okay.
What is the target we're looking for?
Alright, I have a target. guess I'm too far out to lock him now.
Sorry, what is our target?
It's their tanks.
Right.
I got off target here.
Right, I'm switching east because I've totally lost you guys.
All right, I've got him locked up. Look for the smoke. There's a plume of smoke where I hit one last time. Magnum. I'm off to the south. They're on our side of the river. They're south of the river. Yeah, make sure you're following the target designated arrow on your HUD. It'll point you back. Oh. Right, no, you're fine with INS mode, Frank. It'll switch to INS when you're not pointing your flare at the target. So you leave it in that mode, and when you come back around to facing the target, it'll flip back to the TV once it's able to spot. Yeah, and if you're looking at your HUD on the right bottom, you should see target distance. Yeah, so make sure you fly out to about 15 nautical miles and then head back in, and it'll give you plenty of time at a slow pace to line up and pick a target. And sometimes you have to, find a target on the first pass and then break off and come back with that target still designated and make your firing run. Yeah, that lock will always stay with you. Yeah, I think my second missile just went off while I land. Yep. If you think you're not getting enough room, go a little higher because we're attacking over that ridge, maybe 5 or 6. I'm at 15 nautical miles. I'm turning back towards the target. Alrighty, I will. I'm up at 7,500 now, so. Alrighty, I'll climb up to 8. I won't have good separation. And actually, if I'll hold off here, tell me when you're at about 10 nautical miles, and I'll roll in. I see you below me. Alright, I'll follow you. What's your speed now? You advise 360?
Sorry guys, I was on the phone again.
Yeah, should be a target just to the east of the plume. Fire it.
Oh man,
See
I'm
where
almost
it
out of
goes.
fuel.
What?
Yeah, almost out
I'm
of
at
fuel.
I'm at 58. You must be heavy on that pedal.
I've got 800 pounds left.
What?
I got 700. I'd have to go back and land, I think.
Alright, I got a lock. I don't think so. Oh, you're correct. I see you in range. Alright, looks like we're firing at the same target, so I'm gonna wave off. Yep, nice hit. Oh yeah, stole that one from me. Alright, I'm breaking off. Yeah. You gonna make it back, Keen?
I'm on 500 pounds. Quite down to it.
Yeah, so when I'm up here tootling around targets, I stay in between like 50% throttle and 65, 70.
Yeah, I was only doing about 330, 350 knots.
Oh, that's not good. You should have been good. You sure you didn't when you were playing with your... Yeah, maybe when you were messing with your skin, you bumped the fuel or something.
Yeah, I might have turned me dump buttons on. Okay, then they're off.
Yeah, maybe the ground crew just doesn't like you.
Maybe I took my dump buttons.
Right. So yeah. So what you should do is you get the TV on it. You go sensor select forward to get IRVM mode. You uncage and then you hit designate again. Yeah, because that tells the Maverick to start looking. And my problem is always, like I was telling Keen, I'll forget to do sensor select forward and I'll hit the button again, and it just, then I bore sight it and it's off into La La Land, and I'm like, oh, crap.
Cup finals.
I'm 3 clicks behind you, Frank. Yeah, I think this is actually a pretty 3 to 4 clicks back is probably, well, no, it's nautical miles. Probably pretty decent separation because I can watch your missile, see where it's going, make sure I'm not locked on the same target, and then engage. Right,
I think that's standard, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be per the aircraft, but when you're looking at things like your altitude in the map and stuff, that's... roughly 40 knots, 6,500 feet, following you around. Yeah, there should be 3 platoons of tanks spread out 400 or 500 meters between each one. On the near side of the river, yeah. Yeah, just keep clicking INS or sensor select back until, you know, the T pops up. I'm just looking at the hill now because I'm not high enough.
3's down.
Oh, good job.
Still got 300 pounds left.
Ah, see you.
Yeah.
About to overflight again. Yeah, so you can either, yeah. Yeah, it might be simpler to just go back to the map and do it. And I'm looking at the hill, my spot, I think mine got messed up too. Alright, I found one. That looks like a burned out something.
Right, rearming, refueling.
Yeah, good hit. Right, yep. Yep, you probably did what I do and you didn't have it in IRVM mode. You know, you didn't do a sensor select forward, so. Alright, I've got a target, but I didn't have enough time to engage it, so. Yep, I'm following you 2.4 nautical miles. That's the only bad thing about the Mavericks is, you know, you can't drop two. You can't drop two like you can with the bombs.
But the good thing is, you can fire and forget.
Yes, as soon as you shoot it, you can pull off.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that with a laser if your body lasers, but yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Never.
with a laser, you've got to follow it in. If you're going in to take out AAA at that range, you put yourself in a bit of jeopardy, don't you?
Yeah, and so that was always the question for me. You know, the laser is easier to manipulate, but you got to stay there.
Yeah.
The IR is hard to get on target, but once you do, you're firing for good.
And if you're quick enough, you can fire multiple IRs at the same time at
Oh, that's
different
true.
targets.
Yes.
Designate fire, designate fire. Yep.
I'm 2.7 back from you. Say again your airspeed. Okay.
Right, rearm refueled. Taxi into runway.
No, yeah, because I'll restart the mission and then I'll be back. No, I mean, we got 10 or 12 targets, so, you know, each of us have 3 or 4 to engage.
As always.
Yeah, so I want to say there's 10 tanks, so, you know, 3 tank platoons plus headquarters plus 2 BTR-80s, just to, you know, they'll shoot at us every now and then if you get too close. At least I think they will. I think they've got the cannon and not the machine gun, but I don't know DCS very well. Yeah, I should put 72s because I think they've got an anti-aircraft machine gun. But in most cases, we're not going to get close enough for them to shoot.
Oh, I do all the time.
Walk up on them and drop the missile.
But yeah, you know, it's like just hang in there trying to get that missile out. You should be breaking away a lot earlier.
Yeah, it's always tempting to stay with it and go after the guys.
Yeah, be disciplined. I ain't got that. Not yet. I will learn it.
Oh, are you landing fine, Frank? Okay. All right. Copy.
That's 3's airborne. And I've got labels on.
Right, I think I have the BTR-80 locked up, and I'm around 13 nautical miles now, waiting for the end range.
Right, so I'm back on board.
Copy. want to say the range on these is about 8 nautical miles, so I'm still another mile out.
Three go to the slow left orbit south of the target.
Magnum. Following Frank out. Or correction rifle.
Three's headed out to the south and going to orbit about 15 miles out until my Mavericks warm up again.
Copy. Find out in a minute when mine goes off into La La Land. Yours looks good. I see some explosion. Was that yours hitting or was that mine? Okay, well.
About 3 south at 6,260 knots. And approximately 7-8 miles out.
I'm in trail with Frank about half a nautical mile back.
Roger. So you don't go through the process that you use again for me, please, because I was obviously distracted from all that.
Alright, so you slew the TDC onto the target. Then once you've picked a target, you uncage your Maverick and do sensor select 4 to get it, the TDC into IRVM mode.
Roger.
And then all I was waiting for is you'll see underneath your, on the right side of your HUD, under your Maverick count, it'll give you an in-range indicator.
Roger.
So once you're in range, I start using the TDC down select button to try to lock the Maverick on it.
Gotcha. Till the crosshairs touch, yeah?
Yep, the crosshairs will give you a real tight lock on the target and then you fire.
Roger that.
Copy, right behind you. Yep.
3's 15 miles out, going to a right-hand orbit.
Yeah, there's a name for people that kill steel.
You say
And
the initial, you said about slewing the TDC, is that on the DMT that you do that?
Yeah, so you do sensor select aft twice to get into the
Roger.
slew it around. And I don't know if it matters whether you uncage first and then go to IRMV or IRVM first and then uncage. I think it's irrelevant. But
see, I can't get into TV mode without uncaging.
Well,
I've only got FLIR or INS.
Okay, so you've got to have the plane pointed at the target, basically.
Oh.
Because you've already got a designated spot on the ground from the waypoint. So you won't see the TV unless the camera's actually pointing in that direction. Yep, and that's what controls that. Now you could clear that out and put a new one down if you want.
While I was orbiting, I thought what I'll do is when I come around to the target heading, I'll try that process again.
Yeah.
There it goes. I was within, say, 35, 40 degrees. It's popped up now.
Yep. And it's got pretty good angle.
Yep, got it.
And I just can't remember how you get into FLIR mode, because mine doesn't show me FLIR at this point. On the DMT. And maybe I've got to be in T mode. I bet that's the problem. I've got INS mode up. Are you inbound, Keen?
I am inbound from the south.
Yeah, hold off, Frank. He's just north of you. Yeah, so turn towards him, follow him in.
Six 150. Yeah, that was me. My TDC's not working now. Fantastic. I'm having a good day here. I'm breaking out right to 090. Off target.
Yeah, well, that's what practice is all about, getting the steps down.
Yeah, it's just a different process to what I was using, so it's learning that process that you're doing, because I think that sounds better than what I was doing.
And I think yeah, I would say if you've got one that works, I wouldn't necessarily stick with mine.
Well, I like the sound of yours, because it locks to your waypoint, whereas I was putting the carrot, designating, and then slewing on from there.
Oh, well, I mean, you could do that. That does the same thing. I mean, basically. And I would go back, go to Red Kite's tutorials on YouTube and, go over that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I think the knee board that I've got has the steps as well.
Gotcha, cool. Right, making second 90-degree turn to 180 at 1 second. 3700.
Seems like my Maverick just doesn't lock up very easily. I'm very close and should have it.
should be 7 miles or so, shouldn't it?
Right, I'm off, no joy.
Roger.
So do you have one of the knee boards, Keen?
What?
For the Harrier, there's if you go search for Red Kite's knee board, you can actually put that in your save game folder. It's a complicated path, but it's all spelled out. And then when you press Shift K, you bring up a procedures list, a checklist.
Yeah. No, I've used the knee board that's comes standard, but yeah, I'll get hold of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's handy, and actually it's easier if you've got 2 screens to put it on your other screen, because then it's not taking up space on in front of your face.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I've got my TV mode on. I'm rolling in. I'm not caged. And then I hit my TVC action when I presume see what, a square or a diamond, is that?
Okay, so now once you've got the target on your TV screen, right?
Rog, well, let me just come around a bit more. I haven't got it just yet. No, just flopping around on its own. It's pointing at the nose of the carrot.
Oh, I see. So it's gotten undesignated now because you cleared the target. So just put it in TV mode and then point the nose of the aircraft, your little vector at the spot you want, and then do the designate, and it'll pop you down a target point.
Yeah, Rog.
Or you could go back to the map and redesignate that 3rd waypoint as a target.
Well, you could do that on the map.
Yeah, go to your. Well, I got to put it in auto hover or autopilot because otherwise I'm going to crash. Yeah, go to your map. So menu and then L4 EHSD.
The F10 map.
The no, not the F10 map. The on the multifunction display. So hit the main menu at the bottom. So it's B3.
Yep.
And then L4 should say EHSD.
Yep.
And you should see a map.
Yep.
R2 should move you through the waypoints.
Oh, yeah.
So pick waypoint number 3, and then L5 is DSEG, which is designate that as a target.
Ah, got it. I see it now.
So once you've got it designated, you'll have a target in the world where that waypoint is.
Yep, I see it.
And now that's where your TV should be looking for a target.
Okay, so now I've got to switch into Seek Ahead, turn that on.
Yep.
That's it. Change the field of view to zoom in, and now I'm seeing my IR targets. Go to IRMV. No, there we go.
Yeah, and I've got it working, but there's nothing but a big field there. Where did all the tanks go? Now I'm just tootling around with my head stuck in the TV trying to find a target, and I know I'm going to crash now.
Mine's struggling to designate.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit harder today. I had a lot harder time with it. Alright, so all of the targets near the waypoint are dead. That's why it's tough.
Of course they are.
So you got to go to either side and look. It's a lot of scrolling. Alright, found one.
Okay, Magnum.
Magnum as well. And I'm Winchester.
It didn't Magnum.
Got him. Alright. That was tight.
See yours.
Alright, Keen, they're all yours. I'm going to go back and land now.
Being shot at. I told you I get shot at.
Yeah, there you go. See? Target fixated.
Yeah.
So at this point, you know, all of the targets in the center are on the waypoint are dead. So I would use one run just to try to find targets on the ground and get the TV locked on that location, and then do a second run to actually get the target and blow it up.
Yeah, it's because I'm not used to labels, so I was looking at the IR signatures, thinking they were alive, and they weren't.
Well,
I thought, hang on, I've got labels here.
I think I did that once, and that's why my Maverick wouldn't lock, because I had my TDC on a dead tank, and it's not hot enough. Although after it blew up, it should be hot enough.
True.
But anyway, I guess that will keep you from wasting missiles on things that are not really targets.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good thing. Right, coming back around. I'm going to try and get one missile, but if I get one, I'm going for a second launch.
Well, don't get greedy.
I do. Day by.
Alright, this is the hard part, actually landing.
Warning, 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 warning.
Now the Harrier should let you rearm. Oh, I just figured out how to do FLIR mode. Sensor select down.
Magnum 1. Magnum 2. Magnum 4.
Oh, I can see that missile.
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
Did the others not fire?
I don't think the others fired, Keen. I was
No, they
pressing,
haven't. I've still got 3 on board.
I was pressing F6 really hard and I couldn't get anything, but that one is off and it's going right for the tank.
Oh, do you know what? I had them locked up.
We're right in the back of the
and
turret.
I was firing. Dude, I could have got 3 or 4 missiles off there. They just didn't release. God damn it. Right, go back around again, because I think I can get my last 3 off in one pass.
Oh yeah, they'll once they take fire, they'll move. Yeah. Oh, and that's probably why we're having a harder time finding them at the waypoint.
Okay, keep locked on, because you're going to be impressed with this next run.
Alright, yeah, tell me when you rifle and I'll jump.
Rog. I'm going to follow the line of the river in, so I'm going to parallel the river away from target 070, and I'm going to come back on, down the line of the river. Yep. Roger that. I'm going to push out about 10 miles and come back in. The only issue is when you release a Magnum, it releases your autopilot because it screws up all your balance. So once you get that back, then you can focus on missiles again. Six and a half miles out. Continue to push
Refueling
out.
complete.
Yeah, no pressure here, Keen, but everybody is watching you.
Ah, cool, man.
And Frank is recording this.
Awesome. Gonna get a display, one way or the other. It just better not be a dud, I tell you.
Well, I don't think you can get inside though. Yeah, just keep hitting F2 till you find him. Yeah.
Right. Half mile down.
All right, I'm on fire. I assume that you're not picking up.
Roger that, got the diamond. Yeah, I've got them. Right one.
Yeah, they don't have much movement, so yeah, you got to either get a bit higher launch. Or, you know, closer. Now, is the missile, I mean, is it just got a really short motor, or is it still pushing out? I guess. I think it's just arcing in. Side of the turret.
Okay, I got one off.
Oh, and look at that! I didn't even crash on the runway. What do you know?
I was trying to find those live tanks again. Yeah, right, I can see the road and the river in like a light colour view. I'm off. Roger that. Roger. Right, I'm gunning it. I'm 550 knots.
All right, Keen, I'm on the ground now, so if you need any info, let me know, and I can jump cameras around.
Thank you very much. So I'm just gunning it away from target, 7 miles away. Then I'm going to turn back on. I've got 2 missiles left.
So the next challenge is for me to put some ZSUs and then some Tanguskas.
Ah, because that'll just wipe me out, dude.
Yes, you can't. You have to be able to fire from a long way out.
That's when you. Do you know what I've been? Because I've got a practice map where I do that, and I've learnt very quickly now to just keep circling until I identify the AAA. At about
Yeah.
10 mile out, once I've identified it, lock that up first. Fire
Yeah.
7, then pull away.
Yeah, and I don't think we figured out how to deal with the Tunguskas really.
Well, no, it's literally a case of visual identification, but stay out of range until you do.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I've done it. On your own maps is easy because you know where they are, don't you?
Oh yeah, and we'll do this scenario again, and we'll change the loadout, but keep the location the same.
Yeah.
We're trying to practice loading, doing the stores right or the weapons.
Procedures.
Yes, not whether or not it can get us or we can kill all of them. All right, that's the world's crappiest parking job.
Rifle.
Yeah, I think Frank's right. I think it rocket motor fires for 2 or 3 seconds, and that's it. So altitude is definitely important.
Rifle. Did that rifle?
Yeah, I'm
No,
watching
it didn't.
one. I don't know
Right,
if you're.
rifle 2. Rifle 2's away.
Yep, rifle 2's off.
And I'm out.
All right, that one looks like it's going to get a BTR, the first one.
Yep.
Those were not the ones with the 30 millimeters. Looks like your
They've gone
second
for the
one's
same
tracking
target.
the same target, so yeah, it's not going to hit anything.
Yeah, it is. Just made sure that first one was dead.
Yeah, makes it, well, yeah. And that is certainly the way to go if you're firing at a Tunguska, because they will take out a Maverick.
Oh, yeah. Okay, mission accomplished. I got 2 off on 1 run. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, nice. And gentlemen, I'm afraid I am out of time this morning.
Oh, mate, you don't see my landing. Damn it.
Well, I can hang on. We got time to do a landing.
So I've got the engines. I'm going to do a hover landing. Remember the last one?
Oh, yeah, well, you did a much better job than
Well, I crashed.
Your plane was in one piece even if it was on fire.
Right, I'm coming in. Hot.
Warning, 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 warning.
Okay, come on.
All right, there's a link to the knee board that I've been using, Keen.
Oh, thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
It's got a couple of extra pages and
Oh, that's awesome.
pulls stuff from a couple of different sources. So
Oh, brilliant, man. Thank you. I'll load that in.
you'll have to look up what folder you have to do. So look that up because you got to name it exactly right.
Yeah.
Once you do that, so it'll appear on the keyboard all those extra cards.
Roger.
Here he comes, Frank. Stand by with the eject.
Stand by fire trucks. Going full reverse normal slow. Good. This is where she gets twitchy below 80. Try and use this taxiway.
Yeah, looks good. Very nicely done.
Yeah, baby. That's why I normally do. I don't normally trash it. So I can't do the actual proper hover. So I have to do the rolling landing that the British just stopped me. I didn't break it. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And set.